Welcome to the Hearing Aid Office. I'm Cindy Host, your board-certified hearing instrument specialist. At the Hearing Aid Office, I offer expert hearing care with a personal touch. For over 30 years, I have helped people hear better. I have a wealth of experience in solving a variety of hearing concerns. I look forward to working with you soon. Our goal at the Hearing Aid Office is to help you hear better. No one can give you back normal hearing. However, if you need hearing aids, today's technology does an amazing job of helping you hear even better. Do you know someone who has difficulty understanding conversation? Have they struggled to hear in the car, in a restaurant, in meetings, or maybe on the telephone? Is the volume on their TV turned up louder than normal? These situations are frustratingly common for people who have hearing loss. At the Hearing Aid Office, we will determine if there is a hearing loss, and if so, what can be done to correct it.
Actually, I didn't think I needed any until my son, my oldest son, informed me that, "Mom, you're not hearing everything I'm telling you."
At work, I noticed that I couldn't understand people as well.
Well, I'm in the real estate business, so I like to hear everything that's going on.
My wife caught it at home because with the TV, the volume was up significantly on the TV, and I didn't think it was that loud.
I had a infected eardrum, and I went to a doctor, gave me medication, and later that burst. And from then on, I noticed that my hearing was going down dramatically.
Didn't seem to upset anybody, but it upset me because I didn't catch the whole thing.
She kept saying, "You need to get your hearing checked, Luke. It's really loud. We need to turn it down. We're going to be disturbing your neighbors."
You can't hear anything I say anymore. I says, "Oh, don't tell me that." She says, "Yeah, I talk to you and you don't answer."
You keep moving closer to people in order to hear what they're saying.
At work, I was doing sales, and I kind of caught myself, I fell into the habit of trying to read people's lips, I guess, when I thought I couldn't understand them. And the big thing was that I finally realized after I made a couple of three really bad errors on what I thought they said versus what they said, I talked to my wife and agreed that I should have my hearing checked.
I didn't realize I was missing, particularly what his wife said with a very high voice. If I wasn't looking at them, I didn't hear them.
And if I couldn't hear what they were saying, I mean, I was really at a loss.
Or you keep saying, "Huh?" Or, "Could you please repeat that?" You know, and that gets mighty old. It gets old with your friends. It gets old with yourself. You don't want to live with that.
I said, "Oh, maybe I better get that checked out."
The Hearing Aid Office has locations in both Glenwood and Craig. When you come to our office, you will be greeted by Stacy Mortensen and asked to fill out a short questionnaire about your hearing. You and your friend or spouse will then join Cindy in her office. She will talk with you about your hearing challenges, encourage you to ask questions, and will fully discuss your concerns regarding your ears, your hearing, and your lifestyle. Next, Cindy will use a video otoscope, which allows both you and Cindy to look into your own ears. This equipment is available in both offices.
I think I had just gotten used to it, and it's something that, as you know, creeps up on you, and you don't really realize it.
In a two-story building, and I needed to hear from one story to the next.
Yes, having a hearing aid has become a requirement for me so I can hear what people are saying when we're talking, especially in my business. A lot of times they're in the back seat of the car. And if you're driving and focused on the road, you still want to be able to communicate with the people. And all the car noise and that type of thing is important to be filtered out if possible.
The most obvious thing was when I first got my first set of hearing aids, I was out in the garden and cars were going by up and down Blake Avenue, and I hadn't heard those before.
The first thing I noticed when I left, after she had walked me through how to take care of them, I heard birds chirping for the first time. I hadn't even realized that I had missed that, but walked out the front door of her office and there were birds chirping in the trees, and I hadn't heard it since I couldn't remember when.
You need that sense of awareness for your own safety.
I could hear young people talking a lot better.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just magic, because at the present time when I get up, I can't hear the doorbell, I can't hear the telephone. I'm completely isolated in the morning until I get my hearing aids in, and then everything comes alive.
And it made a significant difference with my home life. Obviously the TV volume went down a lot, but my wife probably had a little bit of a hard time adjusting her speech patterns, talking to me lower.
Without them, I am completely out of touch with everything.
The big thing is the quality of life dramatically improved.
Preview.
When they did the testing, then it was obvious I had a problem.
Your hearing evaluation will be conducted in a sound booth. A set of headphones or a small set of foam plugs will be placed in your ears. Cindy will sit outside the booth and will begin talking with you. Then she will say words to you and ask you to repeat them back to her. When this is finished, tones will be presented into each ear. When you hear the tones, you will either press a button or raise your hand to let her know when you hear the tone.
Quite absolutely painless. You sit in. It's absolutely quiet. She'll run you through some tests on what you can hear in different pitches, different noise levels.
Finally, she will ask you to repeat more words to her. After the hearing test, you and your companion will return to Cindy's office, where she will review the results of your test and explain them to you.
She has a chart. It's all very professional. She can determine the ranges of sound that you are either not hearing or hearing insufficiently.
You will have the chance to ask as many questions as you like so that you thoroughly understand your hearing and what the results mean to you in your everyday life. Hearing aids have changed greatly over the past 50 years. People fear that hearing aids are large and bulky. Nothing could be further from the truth. Today's hearing instruments are tiny, sleek marvels of technology. Most instruments are virtually invisible. Hearing instruments have become very versatile. You can select hearing instruments that are completely automatic or come with a volume control, a program button, or even a remote control. For people who have personal electronics such as MP3 players or cell phones, there are many wonderful options to select from that accommodate these devices. However, no matter which model you choose, you can count on a dramatic improvement in your ability to hear. Hearing aids are available in a variety of styles and sizes. Custom-fit hearing instruments range from the very small, completely in the canal hearing aids to the slightly larger canal hearing aids, and finally to the larger in-the-ear hearing aids. Today, most people are wearing behind-the-ear instruments. However, most people choose the nearly invisible receiver in the canal hearing aid. These are very sophisticated hearing aids that are tiny, light, and simple to use.
It was extremely easy to operate and to adjust my hearing.
I think within, at first, I think it was within probably a week I was used to them.
Less than a week.
It took me a couple days, you know, it was a foreign object in my ear.
She did the molds, so then they were custom fit for each ear.
She took a mold at that time of the, so that it would fit within my ear, so it would be specifically for me.
It was amazing how comfortable they were. I had no problems at all getting used to them.
We still have larger hearing aids for people who have more hearing loss or who need a hearing aid that is easier to handle.
And as soon as I walked in, I felt confident, and she was nice and friendly and explained a lot of things to me.
Cindy is really good. She works with you. She'll go through and explain everything to you, what your hearing loss is. She'll explain the options on what kind of hearing aids you can have, and she also is really, she'll work within your budget.
And just looking at her, I thought she could help me.
She's friendly. She seems very concerned.
It's always a smile and always friendly.
I just feel the relationship with Cindy has been just superb.
We have a relationship. We both like to read.
She's got that personal touch. We talk about a lot of other things besides hearing aids, and that's really nice because with professional people, doctors and dentists or whatever, it's in and out.
She takes a lot of time with me. She's never in a hurry.
It's always been very pleasant being able to get in and out of here without waiting a half an hour on somebody else and that type of thing, which is important because time is all we have.
She takes care of me.
I have recommended Cindy's to a neighbor whose mother needed hearing aids.
I have recommended Cindy to other people.
I recommend Cindy to others. I have recommended her.
Well, I would definitely recommend Cindy because she has taken so much time. Sometimes I feel guilty sitting in her office.
Cindy stays on top of technology.
She's to be commended because obviously it's her profession, and she's staying up on the technology.
She's all talking to me now about some that will tune directly into the TV and some of that type of thing. And that's important because technology is changing so rapidly that you have to try to stay ahead of it.
It's just a miracle to me that you can do what Cindy can do with these hearing aids.
So I felt I was fortunate that I did come in here for a hearing aid.
She's changed my life.
Hearing instruments use state-of-the-art digital technology. Some instruments are Bluetooth enabled. This means that with the simple push of a button, you can hear your TV directly in your hearing aids. Your spouse uses the TV remote control to set the volume to their preference. Then, you independently adjust the volume of the TV in your ears. If your spouse does not want to hear what you are watching on TV, no problem. Just turn off the volume on the TV set and you will still be able to hear the TV in your hearing aids. Cell phones work the same way. With Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids, when the cell phone rings, you will hear a signal directly in your ear. Simply press the button and begin talking. You do not have to open your cell phone. This also allows you to hear the phone call in both ears. Imagine how much better you will be able to hear the phone call. If you are uncertain about whether hearing aids are the right solution for you, Colorado has a 30-day trial period for all hearing aids.
I would recommend Cindy and the 30-day offer that she offers. If you don't like it, you get to bring them back and get a refund. And that gives you 30 days to really give it the test.
You can try the hearing aids of your choice in your home with your family and friends for a full 30 days. If you ultimately decide hearing aids are not for you, you can return them and you will be refunded less a small fee.
So many people resist hearing aids. I mean, people wear glasses and don't object to glasses. I don't know why they would object to hearing aids.
Don't be oversensitive that people will know you have a hearing aid, because even if they notice it, which usually they don't, but even if they do notice it, it's like wearing glasses. There's nothing wrong with having a hearing aid.
So the sooner you get them, the better off you're going to be.
As you get older, your parts wear out, and you need to keep them as good as you can.
Overcome your ego. It's not, let's say, it's not unmanly. It's not wearing a hearing aid as you get older. They're becoming more commonplace.
Don't procrastinate. Get the job done.
You've got to make the change if you're going to hear good.
First thing I do in the morning is put on my hearing aids, and the last thing at night I take them off.
It's something you need to do for your own survival.
We believe everyone has individual needs and financial situations. We work with you to find the best solution for you. The Hearing Aid Office has complete facilities in both Glenwood Springs and in Craig. At the Hearing Aid Office, we want you to hear better. If you are ready to proceed, please give us a call. We are here to serve you. And remember, Cindy listens so you can hear.